Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring you this great collection from our friends at Card Making Magic from Christina Griffiths. She's a wonderful designer. This is called the Providence Collection, and it's got, let me take you through this a little bit. We've got projects for all of these to show you. This is a fantastic 21-piece box frame. So it's meant to make a beautiful picture frame and has everything to embellish it, and I'll show you a great project that Debbie made with that. And then it also has a beautiful bird cage collection with all these wonderful dies. Oh, backtrack, let's rewind a minute. This particular die is too large for a standard Big Shot die cutting machine, so you'd need to use the Big Shot Plus, which has a wider platform, because this has got about a 7-inch wide opening space, so it needs a platform that's larger than the standard 6-inch wide opening. So you can use the Big Shot Plus, which we can get at paperwishes.com if you don't already have that new one, or the Gemini die cutting machines, which has a 9-inch platform. So just a heads up on that one, okay? But the rest of these just work in a standard machine. Beautiful 23-piece set, beautiful bird cage collection. Then we have the Providence 33-piece Beautiful Day Editions die set. And we've also got a stamp set, which is Providence stamps, and gosh, I forgot to count how many there are here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, about 20 stamps. Okay, so let's get right to it, and I'm going to show you some of these beautiful projects. This is one that Debbie made, and you can see my friend Debbie is so talented, and she made this beautiful one using Swirls Upon Twirls paper pack from hot off the press, which just went really beautifully with these gorgeous, look at this beautiful metallic silver little bird perch. It's a little swing, and she made that out of silver linen paper, and then she just die cut her little doves from craft cardstock and put a little ink on them. Look, she even just did tiny black round jewel dazzle stickers for their eyes. When she was putting those eyes on there, she used pink ones for the flowers, and then she put pink ones in the birds, and she said, "So those look funny?" And I was like, "They look a little creepy with the pink eyes." So we decided she should put black ones in there. But really, really beautiful. And then of course the Happy Anniversary die was separate, and this one is the Mini Expressions Happy Anniversary die, which is really nice, versatile die to have. Beautiful. And then, oops, I'm going to show you this one that I did, and this one uses the Beautiful Day Edition set, and I grabbed this one because I just love the bicycle on that and the beautiful banner flags. And how I did this was, instead of cutting all of the pieces out of different colors of cardstock, I cut everything from white cardstock except that little basket. I cut that from craft. The rest is all white, and I went about coloring them. Let me show you what I've got here. So here's some little pieces that were white, a little tuft of grass, and one of the little tulips. Here's one that I've already colored. And what I did is I just took my markers, and I thought, instead of cutting everything out of individual pieces, of colors, which is what I usually do, I thought, well, maybe I could just do all white. So I'm going to color this. This is my favorite dull green marker, and Tri-Blend markers, if you're not familiar with them, they start off with 3 different markers in them. There's light, medium, and dark. So I've colored dark at the bottom. I'm going to go to my medium. I need a little craft mat to put under this. Keeps everything nice and tidy. You can see it better. Okay, and I blend the medium into the dark at the base. And I'm going all the way towards the tips, but I want to leave room for the light, which I'm then going to, the light green just goes right into that medium green. Oops. And then I don't like how I blended that dark green down there, so I'm going to go back to the medium, blend that a little bit better. There we go. And then I've already got one orange tulip, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do a pink one. So I'm going to take my medium green and add a little bit of darker to the stem. And I'm going to go to the light. And I'm going to go back and add a little bit more medium in there and blend that a little better. There we go. All right, now I've got my pink marker. Oh, actually, no, this is a red. I'm going to do it in red. So I'm going to go to the dark red, add a little bit to the details there. Then I'm going to do the medium or the mid right down at the base of that. Now I'm going to the light. And I'm just going to blend all that up, straight up. There we go. Easy as can be. All right, so now to glue all these pieces together, I sort of just did the same things to the bike. Like the bike was white, and I just went around and did dark red around the top edge of the bike and the medium and the light edge at the bottom edge of the frame. And I did that all over, did the same things with the flowers you just showed me. The baskets here, the metal basket and the wicker basket, I just glued them on the sides so that it left the top open. And then what I'm going to do with that is, got my little specialist glue here. And then same with these beautiful little sprigs of grass. I just left the tops open so that I can glue these little pieces amongst them. But you know what? Some of these are just too long. I forgot that I did cut some stems off. Of course, I've already got my glue on there, so that's not ideal. There we go. So just cut those stems down till they feel right to you. There you go. And I should take my other little tuft of grass and I'm gonna put that right there. So I just love the build a scene trend that's happening, and it's just fun to do and makes me happy. So that one is using this collection. And then also we're going to build a card using this stamped collection right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is, here we go, get organized, Lene. All right, so on this one, I just took a piece of cardstock. We are carrying this great new cardstock, you guys, from Hunky Dory. It's just a lightweight essential cardstock, and it really stamps beautifully. It's this huge pad. There's 75 sheets in here. And when you're stamping a lot of items, I just thought it's great. It doesn't bleed, and it just takes the color really well. So I highly recommend you grab that. So anyway, I stamped all these little items on here. I've got some ivy, a basket, all these little flowers. We're gonna just assemble a card here. All right, so here I wanted to start with my background, so I just I covered my card with black cardstock. So this is 5 by 6.5 inches. And then I just cut a piece of this new lightweight cardstock down so that it was just a little bit smaller than that. And then I used a blue ink pad. I just used the Cat IQ, and I just used a nice, oops, that's a little too dark. I used just the nice medium blue. Come on, Lene. Well, apparently I can't work this today. There you go. For my sky. And usually I like to do a lot of even blending when I'm doing with ink pads, and this one I just left it a little blotchy because I thought it really looked like sky. And then I sort of cut this into thirds. So the 2/3 top was sky, and then the bottom third I did in brown ink. And I wanted to, this is going to be a brick wall, so I wanted to make it kind of, I don't know, just kind of not perfectly blended, so I did a lot of blotting on here. Does that make sense? So I just took the surface of the ink pad even and just kind of made some dark marks on it. Okay, and then you've got, on the stamp collection, you've got several different brick pieces. So I went ahead and I just started stamping all the way across here and just fitting those pieces and turning them a little bit like a jigsaw. As you can see, they're not touching at all. They're pretty random, but they're sort of filling in. And then that's what it looks like when it is closer to being finished. And then I used my dark red blend marker, and I just took the darkest shade and went at the bottom of each brick. And then I took the medium or mid and just started going up from there, filling in each one a little bit higher. Once again, I'm kind of using that third of each color. And then I get to the lightest blend, and I'm just doing that top. Okay, so it gives just a little dimension, I think, to the bricks, a little realism. Okay, then the next thing I did is I stamped "It's a Beautiful Day" reading at the top, and I did that next with black, just regular black ink, because I wanted to then know how much space I had in between my bricks and this. And then I went ahead and I stamped the hanger, and I made that flush with this side, and then I stamped just a row of ivy right here. So from the other set right here, I've got this great trellis. So we're going to put the trellis right here, and we're going to go ahead and glue this to the card because the trellis is going to extend down a little bit, sort of off the card and onto the card mat. All right, so I should have brought my little sticky specks with me for this so I didn't have to put so many glue dots on here, but you guys get the idea. All right, so I'm going to go sort of down the bottom edge like that. I want to go up next to that ivy because I'm going to glue this ivy next to it. And I colored these using the tri-blend markers, and then I just cut out around them. I didn't try to not include some white area with that. There we go. And then I've got some little purple flowers. And I know purple flowers don't grow in ivy, but it was just pretty. It is not correct in nature. All right, there we go. So then I stamped and cut out the hanging basket right here. But I'll tell you what, there's this little chains. I didn't want to cut out the center part just because I was too lazy, and then I thought after cutting this hook that the chains would just be too fragile. So I just inked it the same color as the background. Nobody will know. It looks exactly the same, and it saved me a bunch of time, and it won't make it so fragile. So we just put this right here, hanging down. Look at that, it just blends right in. You can't even tell I didn't cut it out. And then that's Lene's lazy tip of the day. Okay, now we're going to put this little tree or bush. And I think this was lavender. Go. And then I wanted to do an empty pot here. Gosh, I didn't bring my foam tape with me, which is silly, but some of these you could put foam tape on. Might be fun to have some dimension. So I just put a little empty pot next to that one, and then this little guy, I'm actually going to put on top of the wall. So it's going to sit right there. There you go. So that little scene was put together, just one piece at a time. And I had a lot of fun coloring all those little pieces and just doing a little bit of cutting out. So for the last project we've got uses the frame. Okay, so here's this wonderful frame that Debbie used. Let me show you this, it's amazing. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at all that dimension in there. Beautiful. It's like, you know, it's like a giant card that you could give to somebody. It does have a little hanger on the back right there. So when you I haven't been showing you these actual die cut pieces, these actually cutting dies, and I have them right here. So here's all of these pieces. There's 21 pieces. I'm not going to take these all out because they'll just go everywhere. And the bird cage, remember the other one? Look at all these. Well, these you just can't see. There we go. Look at all these beautiful birds. It's got lots of different kinds of birds and butterflies and twigs and perches. Okay. And then this is the one that was from the bicycle card. And it had the trellis and the bike. All these amazing little pieces to it. The trees, the tulips, all kinds of great stuff. All right, so I don't want to get these messed up. I'm going to stick these back in here. All right, sorry about that. I meant to show you those as we went along. All right, so back to this one. Okay, so Debbie cut a couple of these out for me. So I'm going to show you how this is put together. So you take the one large cutting die for the frame, and as you can see, this is why it needs to be put through a larger machine, okay, like the Big Shot Plus or the Gemini, okay, because it does require a larger machine. But then you cut two of these. If you want to have the little hanger right here like she had, this is the time where you would put it right here, and after you have your boxes cut, you would place that there, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're cutting two of them and you're nesting them together like this, okay? They just go right like that. And then you were going to be gluing them together. And then we're going to do some folding. Okay, so all of these pieces right here, all the flaps are already scored. So you would just go like this, and then each side has got a little tab. And you could use double stick tape for this. You could use hot glue, extra sticky tape. I'm just going to be using my Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, which is my favorite. And we're just going to be doing this to all the sides. Now, Debbie told me when you were doing this, she said, make sure, oh, I put the glue on the wrong side, everybody. Here we go. It should be on the outside of the flaps, like that. She told me to glue all the tabs first, and then to fold down all the sides. Okay, so we're doing what Debbie said because I trust her completely. She knows what she's doing. Okay, and I'm just holding this for just a sec so that my glue takes. Oh, I didn't hold it long enough. All right, so now instead of putting the glue on the tab, I'm just going to put it right there on each corner. I think I got too much glue on it. Now it's not wanting to dry. All right. Okay, so you would glue all of these pieces together, and then you're just going to roll down these edges right like that, and see how they have a mitered edge like that. And once you get that all done, then you can go ahead and put glue under here and it'll glue into place. She did hers out of yellow cardstock from Pastel. This is gray cardstock from Pastel Cardstock. You can get that at paperwishes.com. And then she used the beautiful lace borders that are right here to put those around the edges. And then she die cut these gorgeous flowers. Okay, beautiful. And she die cut these actually from patterned papers from Roses and Lace paper pack. Is it Roses and Lace paper pack or Lace and Roses paper pack? Which is also new from hot off the press. And she just shaped each one of these little petals. And then she used, where is it? Here we go. The Harmony ink pads. This one's called Damps and Wine. And this one's called Plum Jam. And she just get that little look there. She just took these, used her blender brush, and just went around the outside edge of each one of these petals. And then did that, kind of alternating the colors for each layer. Okay, I think I lost some. Here we go. But as you can see, they're just beautiful. They turned out lovely. Did you guys see me coloring that at all? I don't think you did. Here we go. There we go. Just a little bit around each petal. Here we go. And then stacked them up. And then she created this gorgeous piece here. Look at, and she even used some purple paper, some beautiful metallic paper there for her little swirls, and used round jewel dazzles at the center of each. As you can see, the Providence collection is so gorgeous, and I love all the build-a-scene and the frames that you can do with them. Here we go. So much to play with. We have a great money saver on this, so if you're watching this video on the vlog, just check down at the underneath the vlog. There's a great big button that's called Money Saver, and you click on that. It'll take you to, excuse me, the Money Saver. We also have the items to buy individually, and that's at the very bottom of the page. You can click on those links. If you're watching us on YouTube, look directly below the video in the description box, and you'll find a link to the Money Saver as well as to paperwishes.com, where you can find lots more videos and lots of fun things to play with. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.